Hello, here's your oracle card for the collective. I actually pulled two cards. I was getting energies of the number two. I'm not sure if that has to do with harmony and balance or if that has to do with duality. Also, this energy will perhaps resonate within the next 2 days, as usually the oracle cards, when I pull them on Friday, that's usually kind of how the energy goes. But this could also lead up into 2 weeks as well. So 2 days, 2 weeks, balance, duality, we'll have to see as we get into the cards. I pulled discernment, beautiful card, and release. So let's start with this discernment card. To me, this spoke of the current energies, or perhaps the lessons that we're learning right now that are going to be useful for us in the next couple of days or couple of weeks as well. So here is these are the three wise monkeys. And if you're familiar with that tale, the wise monkeys, they are replaced by vintage geishas here. Very cute. But the wise monkeys are, this famous proverb, speak no evil, see no evil, and hear no evil. So these geishas here can, they're here to remind us that sometimes our senses can lead us away from our goals and our best intentions. And we kind of create these blocks to being able to see the truth of a situation because we get a little bit overwhelmed by those senses. So this reminds us that we have this opportunity here to get some powerful growth and expansion energies coming up. And, that makes sense. With a lot of the astrological energies that we're going through right now. So we have to have raised awareness. We have to be tapped into that intuition right now. And, we want to be able to discern the truth by examining the facts, drawing on the relevant wisdom that we've learned from our past experiences. Listen to your higher self. Listen to your ancestors. The ancestors have been coming through quite a bit. As a matter of fact, since last week. So listen to the wisdom of your ancestors, and be on the lookout for any signs that that resonate with you, any of your symbols, any of your spirit guides, any of your totems that are coming through, because they're going to want you to examine just that whole truth before you move forward, before you charge forward into anything, any of these new projects. They want you to be mindful of any possible consequences of, any thoughts or deeds or actions, anything that is going to affect you in getting these projects going. So, we also see these three spheres of these circles. So here she's got the middle one is her crown chakra. So that to me again says speak to your higher self, speak to the divine, speak to your ancestors, listen for that intuition to come through. And then we have the zodiac and the compass and the world. So there's favorable circumstances. The wheel of fortune, the world card is here. Like we're starting these beautiful new cycles, and everything is in our favor. But we just have to be, allowing this forward motion to go forward by using our power of discernment, using our wisdom, and listening to our totem animals, because again, we have these crows in the background here. So listen to any messages that they have for you of, there's this change is approaching, and it's beautiful transformative change, growth. But this crow medicine is calling upon us to see the big picture, use this clarity of vision, and work within this personal transformation energy, and use the information that you're getting to determine what is best for you. So, don't get those energies scattered. Remember to ground yourself, and remember that discernment is going to be able to help you to be critical to survive this spiritual path as it mix with the physical plane. So, like, don't get distracted by other people. Don't get distracted by other things that are going on in the world. Don't, you know, don't let your human self like respond to that monkey mind, that fear-based energy. These monkeys are, they're they're going to get you off track. They're going to be afraid as you go into these unseen realms of intuition. And this transformation time it's a little bit darker, and you don't know what's happening. Things are more intangible. You can't ground them down. But the sovereignty of this spiritual domain, it rests within your own wise counsel and the natural laws of cause and effect, and listening to your guides, and listening to that inner wisdom that you have from that experience. So use this discernment, use it right now. And it takes a little more time and a little more patience to tap into these energies of discernment. And don't respond to those emotions that come rushing forward, and respond rashly, and respond out of fear, and not make those decisions that, where also these three energies make me think of, like, tap into your mother, maiden, and crone energies. Maybe the maiden wants to rush into things, and she's got that fire energy under her, and that's great for creating these new beginnings, these new transformations. But you want to ground that down, and you want to be nurturing, and you want to say it's okay and it's safe, and you don't have to respond to that fear, and tap into that crone wisdom to discern, like, what information is true for you, and what is behind that illusion of the that 3D based kind of monkey mind, fear based energy. So just be wise, my friends, just be wise. And now we have our next card of release. Excuse me, I almost said reflection. I'm not sure why I said that. That's interesting. So perhaps there's a lot of something to do with perhaps scrying, or perhaps looking into the mirror, and perhaps looking into the truth of your true self, and seeing your true self in the mirror, and seeing where perhaps you don't trust your inner wisdom. Perhaps you doubt yourself, and perhaps when you look in that mirror, you don't see the strong, courageous, brave person that you are. And you need to trust more in that, because then that will help you to gain that discernment as well. So you're not just listening to what everyone else is telling you to do. Trust your inner counsel. Look into that mirror and see what is reflected back to you in that place of your own true self and your own true wisdom. Okay, back to the release card. Sorry about that. Spirit guides are very rude tonight. They just, like, the second time they've interrupted me. Release. So with this release card, this here is this full moon that we have coming up on the 26th, I believe, the Scorpio full moon. So this is this mystical card, and she's like an oracle. I love it. She's drifting, and above the forest ground, and she's like draped in this mystical cloth, and she's just kind of floating. And look at those, focus camera, look at those antlers. I have been seeing that symbolism quite a bit lately. I am not gonna lie. Antler wisdom. So her antlers, they're laced with oak leaves, and those symbolize strength and vitality, and also protection for me as well. And she's got these beautiful little dancing fireflies around her. And you see that full moon right there. Oh, such a beautiful card. Okay, so this full moon is saying to as we go forward, to focus our intentions on releasing any of those unwanted patterns, those hurtful relationships, those addictions, those attitudes from the past, and those things that prevent you from exploring your, getting your full potential here. And to me, that also says, trust in your wise wisdom. Use that discernment to determine what is no longer resonating with you and what's no longer needed that you need to release. And those outdated attitudes towards yourself, that perhaps when you do look in that mirror, when you do see that reflection, you don't trust what's looking back at you. You don't believe in your own true sovereignty and your own wise counsel. And, this image of release, it gives us this inkling of this first step that is that acceptance of self and that allowance and that use of that discernment makes way for us to live in this place of peace and stillness. And so again, there's that number 2, like we're craving that harmony, that inner harmony within, that balance within. So this highlights the need for us to let go and to find that balance by relinquishing the comforts of our old habits or those attachments to goals and those future outcomes. And, the Devil Tarot card has been coming up again. There's that Devil card energy that's really prevalent right now. So, the unpredictability of this future and, these potential threats to our identity out in the world and our attachments to those outcomes, they can all play this role in holding us back and keeping us blinded to those opportunities that are appropriate for us. And that, we're using our discernment, we're taking this time to think through everything, to be able to release those things that we don't need, those things that are blocking us from that new opportunity, that new, right now the energies are supportive to liberate us, to help us face and dissolve anything that is preventing us from being our true selves and stepping into our authentic power. And that's really what Aries season is about too, getting into that true self and, releasing any kind of doubt or fears that you aren't allowing yourself to be in that energy of your true self and to be your own wise counsel and to not take everything that everybody else says to heart. Like, use everything that you have around you to be able to determine the best path forward. And this full moon is, it's ripe for that opportunity to delve deeper into those darker feelings of fears and doubts and those things that hold you back, and to just release them once and for all, and to step out of this Aries season, to step into Taurus season, where you're just, unconditionally loving yourself and unconditionally, unapologetically being you and moving forward with this true inner purpose, this true inner balance, this true sense of self. And, taking that sense of self, taking that to put that energy into a purposeful life, into your purposeful path and your purposeful plans, and achieving that perfect place in spirituality inside of you, and taking that out into the world and sharing it. Because to me, these women also say, like, perhaps you need to share some of this wisdom. Perhaps you need to share some of this, this divine secrets, this divine wisdom that you have with others. And perhaps that is what you're meant to do as well. But you need to make sure that you're sharing that with with the right people, and the people that will listen, and the people that do see the true you, and the people that will take this information, use their own discernment, and apply it to their purpose, and to follow their true path and their heart. And maybe if there was those situations where you confided in someone and you you know you didn't trust yourself, and that discernment, and it was taken advantage of, now is also the time to release that too, and to forgive yourself for you know perhaps not using your discernment in the past. But you know better now, and we're moving forward, and you're listening to your guides, and you're listening to that intuition. So you know you're floating free. You're allowing your light to shine with those fireflies, and you're allowing your own light to guide you through perhaps this darkness, this transformation period. And that's beautiful. You are your own best light and counsel. And perhaps be open to speaking with others, but always use that discernment. And have a beautiful weekend, and I wish you blessed healing and growth and transformation in the weeks to come, leading up to this beautiful full moon. Blessed be.